Speaking to Canvey Island manager Brad Wellmen following today's 3-0 victory against Kingstonian. Brad, much more like it. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I think like I said to you last week, it was we needed a reaction, and we would make sure this week we come back better. I think we had some harsh words during the week at training, shook it up a little bit in terms of the starting lineup. And first half was great. Three goals. Probably could have been 4 or 5 if you want the truth. I thought our application to the game individually was really good, and collectively as a team. And I thought that, if anyone that's looking to see how we're going to react after losing 2 on a spin, I think that was the perfect answer there in that first half.
So last week, probably the criticism would have been we didn't really come out in the first half. This week, completely the opposite. How happy were you with the way we started?
Yeah, really, really pleased. I think you asked me the question last week about was I worried about the lack of chances we created, and I think I'd said that it was more the quality in that final third, and I think that showed today. We created and the quality was there, and I thought that Sachi works hard up front, sort of taking care of the centre halves. Evs and Parrish worked really hard out wide in wide areas and kept getting into the box, and I thought it was just the way we took the goals was good team goals, good team goals. So yeah, spot on. Really, really pleased with the way we come out.
So second half as well, a little bit more controlled performance, didn't need to go for it too much. Was you happy to be able to take a couple of the big players off like Evans, Kouassi to sort of rest them a little bit?
Yeah, to be fair, it was. It's always difficult because you're 3-0 up at half time, and we want to go on and score more goals because we want to send a statement out that we're not going to get rolled over easy this year, and if we do, that's our reaction. But fair play to them. They come out and changed their shape and started trying to sort of move the ball around, and they dragged us about a little bit. And I think that I'm not sure it was necessarily in our thoughts that we were resting people like Evs. It was just more we had to change our shape to try and counteract them, because we felt and we don't get enough clean sheets as a team, and we wanted to get in with a clean sheet. So it was just an opportunity really for us to try and counteract what they were doing tactically versus giving people a rest. But looking at it now, winning 3-0 clean sheet, Evans Kouassi getting a break for 25 minutes is good for everyone.
You mentioned last week after the poor performance that you perhaps look at shaking it up a little bit, maybe bring in some fresh faces. Does today make you think a bit differently?
Yeah, you know what? Me and Sammy spoke in the week, and we still think that we might need to freshen it up a little bit. I think what we wanted to do once we sat down on the Sunday and went over things is difficult. I'm talking to you 5-10 minutes after the game, so emotionally you're all over the place, and we didn't want to react on emotions because some of these boys have been really, really good for us, and we just felt a shake-up giving these boys an opportunity. Danny Parrish, for example, has been on the bench the last 3 games, come on today and showed what he's capable of. Well, he didn't score, but he worked hard, he was strong in possession, he kept the ball well. O'Day back at right back was real effective. And I think, they've just put some more food for thought into our brains. But listen, we might still need to freshen it up because we are a very light squad. There's no qualms about that. But it just shows that these boys give 100% and they're here for the right reasons, and they're here they don't want the crowd on their back. They don't want the fans questioning their performance, and I think that shows. Like we say, we've got that mentality of one in, all in, and the boys showed that today, that showed the fans what they're capable of, and we go again next week against Bishop Stortford.
Yeah, that game against Bishop Stortford, they're well up there, set to be a tougher test than possibly what today could have been. What do you make of that one? Obviously, we've approached games against teams in the right at the top this season and actually won a couple. What do you make of it? Yeah,
I think our application against those better, and there's no disrespect to the other teams we're playing, but those more renowned teams that are up there, the Hornchurches, the Enfields, Potters Bar. Now you're coming up against Bishop Stortford, Bognor. We've been good against them. We've been good against teams where we need to suck it up and compete, and sometimes that's where our quality comes out. So, I'm not concerned about Bishop Stortford in terms of how we can react, because we've been good at that level. I'm concerned about the quality they've got and what they can bring, which we need to counteract. But I think that we've got something in our group that can do that, and hopefully we can go and get the result that we've got against other teams in and around up the top of the table, because I think now winning today, I've not seen the other scores, but probably puts us right around the playoffs, just outside the playoffs, which is where we want to be. We're probably punching above our weight a little bit, but that's not a bad thing, because we believe we can go and compete in that higher level. And you can see, I think Aveley are probably still up there. Whilst we've come up from the north, we're going to compete and try and see what we can do and enjoy the journey.
Nice one, thank you, Brad.
Cheers, Simon. Thank you.